This program is brought to you by Clear Productions Entertainment Group Corporation.
Yeah, buddy, welcome back, everyone, to another edition of All in Sports. As you can see, I got my buddies with me. Got my man, BC. BC, what's up, champ?
What's going on, baby?
And I got PG County's finest, Jack Cobb. What's up, Jack, in the building? What's going on, man?
Let's do this today. Let's do it.
And always the hardest working man in the business, Hill, the big dog. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. How y'all doing?
Good to go, man.
Good boss, man.
Good. Y'all ready to rock and roll, man?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, first, let's thank everybody for tuning to last week's show. Thank everybody for tuning in this week's show. Like I always say, I hope we can entertain y'all doing what we're going through. You know, Lee, I don't say that word. I never said it. Haven't said it in 4 years, big dog. 4 years. But you know what I'm going to tell you? I always tell you, protect yourselves and your family the best way you know how. Fellas, are y'all ready to get started?
Yes, sir.
Let's toast it in. What we toasting? What we bringing it in? Y'all bringing it in with me, or am I solo? Okay. Okay. Y'all ready to go all in?
Yes, sir.
Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. All right, y'all know what's first on the agenda. It's called the All-In State of the Union. It is brought to you by the best there is, the best there was. He's the best that ever done it. He's our man. He's the dog, the big dog himself. Dog, tell him what's going on.
Owenthal James Simpson, better known to you as O.J. Simpson, the Juice, passed away this week at the age of 72 or 76?
76.
76. How you feel?
I'll talk about OJ later. And RIP to the Juice.
Speaking of O.J. Simpson estate to fight for a $33.5 million suit payout to the Goldbergs and the other families. How you feel?
All I can say is wow. How about y'all?
Long time.
Long time, a lot of money.
A lot of money to pay out. Nike notes options for a track athlete admitted uniform backlash. So basically, the Nike's getting a lot of backlash for the Nike's USA track and field uniforms. How you feel?
That's been a big story this year, uniforms, period, because baseball has an issue too. So I guess people aren't just running these things up the right flagpole to get the right approvals.
Utah, Salt Lake City, getting National Hockey League team. The Phoenix Coyotes are moving to Utah and playing the home of the Utah Jazz, known as the Delta Center. How you feel?
Phoenix should have never had a team to begin with.
Utah deserves a hockey team? You think they'll support a hockey team?
Yeah.
I think so. I think they will. They support the Jazz well.
Think so?
I do.
What else you doing in Utah on a Friday night?
Coming back from church.
Philadelphia 76ers beat the Orlando Magic to move closer to that. It's to escape the play-in tournament. How you feel?
That's going to be a hell of a play-in, buddy. Hell of a play-in. Hope my Warriors can make it.
They're the hottest team in the league right now, Golden State. But I tell you, Philly's going to be a tough matchup for somebody to get as a lower seed when they're a 2 or 3 seed all day.
Practice. We talking about practice? Philadelphia 76ers unveiled Allen Iverson statue at their practice facility in Camden, New Jersey. How you feel?
I'm mad. I don't know about y'all. I'm mad. That little statue.
You gotta
I'm
look
mad.
at all the other statues. The statue was actually appropriate because everybody else's statue is tiny as well. So if you next time you see the video, watch it from the beginning, and you'll see the build, and all those statues are tiny. So it's not like a shot on Allen Iverson.
Iverson's overdue for this dedication, man. Way overdue. This should have been done years ago.
Former New York Yankee Fitz Patterson dies at age of 82. He was a 20-game winner consistently for the Yankees when he played. How you feel?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know much about him. Did he win any World Series?
Yes, he did.
He probably
Right.
won a bunch because he's early.
Right, gotta be 50s. Bombers.
Super Bowl champion wide receiver Rice was driving 119 miles per hour before a crash. How you feel?
Don't make no sense. But we all young and dumb at one point.
Yes, she definitely made a dumb mistake, man.
Dude,
Oh.
pity. I hate
And
this.
that all comes with young men getting all that money and power. You know? And the Corvette was running right next to him, the same speeds. I don't know who was in the Corvette. That's who he was running against.
I'm not opposed to returning to a late season run. That's what Tom Brady said. How you feel?
He got too much money involved in ownership, so he's just doing that to flirt with the league, man. He a Jezebel.
Tell me you wouldn't like to see touchdown Tommy put the uniform on again.
I'm good.
Y'all tell me that.
I'm good.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Edmonton Oiler McDavid to miss his third straight game. How you feel?
You
Benoit.
gotta get right for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Washington Capitals Jensen concussion alert after hit into the boards.
It's
Only what?
falling apart for the Caps.
2 games left. 1 game left. How many left, Benoit?
I think it's 2.
The ice. Commercial break.
All right, y'all. We're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to take a swing at the Masters, see what's going on, and then we're going to talk about the juice. You're watching All In Sports. Lee Ice, my man BC, PG Finest, Jack Carr, and the Big Dog. We be
individuals that are capable of doing great things. Are you capable of doing great things, or are you willing to do great things? I know a lot of individuals that are capable of doing great things, but are not willing to do the things that will make them great.
Lee Ice, that's motivational speaker. I forgot his name. He's a multi-billionaire. I have his name next time we come back from break.
Speaking of doing great things, that's what it's going to take to win the 88th Masters, fellas, which is going on right now as we speak. BC and Jack, break it down. Who's leading? Who do you think will win? Who might make a comeback? What's your thoughts?
Well, the problem today is the course just hasn't, the last 2 days, the course hasn't played easy at all. We've had wind, we've had weather conditions. Right now, Scheffler's at -7. Colin Morikawa is at -6. Max Homa's at -5. That's your top 3. But the scores just haven't moved at all the last 2 or 3 days. So everybody's playing about even or -1 golf right now as we speak. So the problem right now is there's no movement on the leaderboard. I mean, you have guys falling out, but you have nobody moving up. So that's going to be a difference right now. Like they talk about the Saturday run or the Sunday morning jump, and right now I don't know if we're going to get that tomorrow. Jack, what you think?
Yeah, it's a possibility, man. I like Scheffler. He doesn't tend to close tournaments out in his career so far. That's a big checkbox on his thing. He doesn't close out much. I'm not wishing him to lose this thing. I like Max Homa. I think Homa can climb. And like you say, if you didn't play Thursday morning, nobody's had good conditions for golf this weekend. Thursday morning's the only time. That's when DeChambeau put up a 65. But nobody's put nothing up like that since. So it's the weather. The weather is and the hardness of the course, the difficulty of the course. But you get some, 35, 40 mile an hour gusts. I've played in that before. It's difficult.
It's almost like.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's almost like this course is playing like a British Open, instead of a Masters, because you get in the wind, you get in the weather.
Yep.
Well, let me ask y'all both something. A golfer like DeChambeau, Bryson, wouldn't this kind of play to his favor? Because he's like no?
He's a long ball hitter. You got to finesse the ball around this course. He has worked on his game. I mean, like I said, 65 on Thursday. And that's what he said in the post-round interview. I placed the ball where I wanted it today, and it worked out. And that's how you got to play, Augusta. Long balls don't work there.
But
another thing with Augusta's thing is, it's going to be tough for guys like him anyway, because he's one of those guys that likes to get out early, but he doesn't have big Saturdays and Sundays. So that's his other issue too.
Yes.
So what's the leaderboard looking like right now? As we speak?
So
right
Scheffler's -7, Colin Morikawa's -6, Max Homa's -5, Ludwig Abug is -4, Bryson DeChambeau's -3, Xander Schauffele's -2, Cameron Davis -2, Nikolai Hogard is -2. That's about your top 6 right now.
Anyone under -2, I don't think they got a chance.
I think if we get good weather tomorrow, a guy like Cameron Young can go low. Yeah. And I think that's where you can place, if you can place stress on Scheffler coming out early, putting up a big number, then he might fall back to you. Because, most guys try to come out on the last day, play even golf or -1 golf, and think they can go home with the championship.
Yes, you're right. But Morikawa is going to be paired with Scheffler. And
yep.
I think Morikawa or Homa are going to make the leap.
I want to see if Xander or Cameron Davis can make a run, because those are guys that they've talked about for a minute.
Yeah, I like
so yeah, I think they could have a chance. They got low numbers. They're -2. They're about 5 strokes back. But sometimes the golf course will bring the leaders back to you. Like the year that Tiger won it, I think it was Koepka and 2 other people hit shots into the water, and they brought the golf match back to Tiger, and that's how Tiger won that Masters a couple years ago.
Almost a 3-stroke swing on that.
Yeah,
it'll change the tournament. It'll change the leaderboard. Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of Tiger, he broke another record. What was this? 24 straight cuts.
He made 24 straight cuts. Unfortunately, today he shot at 82, which is his worst round ever at the Masters. The issue for Tiger right now, I'm gonna say it to I'm blue in the face. I just think Tiger playing golf now with the linebacker body and the bad legs, you just can't do it. He's got to drop down probably 15 to 25 pounds.
His waist
get a little lighter. Yeah,
Yeah,
he can't be a linebacker anymore. He gotta be built like a wide receiver or
What do you
something
think?
lightweight or corner. He
What
gotta
do you
drop
think?
some weight.
What do you think Tiger's weighing in at? To what?
Probably 245.
I'm thinking
What?
260.
Yeah, he's
What's
huge.
Tiger, 6'2"?
He's ripped. He's ripped. But the
Yeah.
problem is with all that, with being ripped and being that size, it's too much weight on those legs. And if you ever think about it like this, all these athletes, when they get older, a lot of them do the plan that Kobe talked about, where instead of getting bigger, you get lighter.
Lose weight.
And that's the one thing that Tiger hasn't done. Tiger hasn't gotten lighter in his time.
It'll be less stress on them legs if he drops 40 to 50.
Exactly. And that's all he needs. And it's gonna be less stress on that back.
Yep.
No, Tiger was that big. I mean, I'm lucky. He's always, I didn't.
I mean, the face.
I
just
thought he was like a
straight
solid 220, maybe 225.
Nah, I think he's linebacker with it. I think he's 245, 250.
Yeah, I definitely put him in 240 plus. I think.
Do you think if Tiger wouldn't have played with the ratings, of course Tiger moves the needle whether he can play good or bad. But
I love watching him.
I mean, Tiger's gonna move the ratings no matter what. So you don't have anybody right now that captures America. Like there's no golf version of a Caitlin Clark or anything like that right now. So they're just spinning in the wind right now. I think Scheffler's the closest to it, but I don't think he has the charisma or the personality to carry golf.
Right.
all right, well, fellas, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about the Juice and other fallen athletes. You're watching All In Sports Lee Ice, BC. I gotta say it, Jack. DG's finest. Jack Carr and the Big Dog. We'll be right back.
To follow the Juice on NCAA college football in his extraordinary career at USC. This touchdown burst against UCLA, so typical, and the Juice won the Heisman Trophy. Even in postseason competition, in a game that really didn't matter, the competitor showed itself in Simpson, like right there in the Hula Bowl game, in a downpour. The Juice, fumbling a kickoff, picked it up and rambled all the way. 1973 was to be his greatest professional football year. He began it against the Patriots with a scintillating dash like this one. And of course, who can forget the way 1973 ended in the snows of Shea Stadium? This was the game where the Juice did something no other running back had ever done before in the pro ranks. He went above the 2,000-yard mark for rushing in a single season, and he did it with that run. This is the way it ended yesterday. The Juice going out on top. Maybe his team wasn't, but the Juice was. And throughout his extraordinary career, his personality, his character shone through, his buoyancy. And so, au revoir, OJ.
Lee Ice.
Wow. Man, if you was right near me, big dog, I would give you the biggest hug right now. Listening to Howard Cosell talk about Orenthal James Simpson, I got chills in my body. I don't know about y'all. Hearing that voice and talking about that, man, growing up to that, we all grew up, all four of us grew up to that, man. It gave chills to my body. OJ has passed away, y'all. What's sad is that most people will not remember him as one of the greatest. And I mean, when I say one of the greatest NFL players ever. Because when he was in Buffalo, he had nothing. It was OJ. That was it. OJ. OJ left, OJ right, OJ up the middle, you know? And he's just going to be remembered for, you know, the murders of, you know, Ron and Nicole. But that man was a great, great, great college football player and a great, great, great NFL player. I open the floor to both of y'all.
Well, I think, I mean, I can't say any better. Like, we talked about his death on Thursday on another show, but we did it from his before 93, and then we did a segment post 93 because we definitely wanted to give light to his professional career. And then also he was a trendsetter because OJ was the first black athlete to actually really become famous in commercials, TV shows, and things of that nature. I mean, you had Jim Brown started, but OJ kind of took the torch and ran with it. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I agree. As Lee was saying, so many memories of OJ Simpson playing football. He was the highlight, 10, 12 years through college into the pros?
Right.
I just enjoyed watching him play, and I hate that he had all that drama in his after football life, because it does make people not realize. I put him top 5 running backs ever.
To me, he's a top 10 NFL player ever. Because
I said top 5 running back.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely top 5. Definitely top 5. I mean, I can remember being maybe 6, 7, 8 years old and asking my parents, can I stay up and watch the Monday Night Football halftime highlights?
Okay. Yeah.
Just so you could see highlights of what the Juice did.
That's the only way we could see it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, and like Ben said, he was a trendsetter. I mean, the commercials, the movie, you know, I mean.
He went into Avis, he went into Dingo, he was doing the boots.
I know y'all remember the old lady, go OJ, go, on the Hertz commercial.
In the airport.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, and then on the, what's the movie he in where he plays the
Naked
cop?
Gun.
Naked Gun. Classic.
Yeah.
But he's not going, most people not going to remember him for that. And it's sad because he was a great football player.
It was terrible. He got mixed up in all that, and what went down, it was just terrible.
Okay. Can we think of other athletes that just, for some reason, just took a turn for the worse, or that their career just, you know? You got any Go ahead.
I'm going to give you 3.
Okay.
I'm going to start with a recent one since we talked about Rashee Rice. I'm going to say Henry Ruggs because the kid was on track to be a special wide receiver coming out of Alabama. I'm going to go back in the day and name a name that if you guys, I know you remember the name, but you can be shocked that I remember this. Marion Jones. Marion Jones is one of the best sprinters and athletes in Olympic history. She was on the verge of breaking any kind of female athlete record. She'd probably been more known than Florence Griffin Joyner, but because of her situation, it just fell apart. And she fell off the thing. I think she was in jail. I don't know if she's still in jail, but that's somebody that the second we had this topic, and you said fallen athletes, that was the first name that came to my mind.
Oh man, you hit a home run with that one because she had it all, and she had the pretty smile, man. She had the smile that just sucks you right in. You know what I'm saying? Wow, you really hit a home run with that one. Yeah.
And number 3, I mean, it's Football Johnny. Football Johnny had the best. Johnny Manziel had one of the best college careers,
Johnny football.
and it fell apart. And it was part because of money. It was part because of greed. And it was part because he got so much fame so soon that he fell off the map.
He partied a lot too. He partied
Yes.
a lot.
I heard he was a party, Johnny. Johnny, he put the be bad in Johnny be bad. From what I heard.
Well, he said something like he dropped from 205 to like 165 because he only had a diet of cocaine for a stretch after he left football. He said that on the Shannon Sharp podcast that he did.
You get into the party scene like that, man, you're gonna do some kind of drug. The way he was rolling, man. I mean, he was getting oblivious drunk, man. They would catch him messing up all the time in hotels. Greed and money ruined him.
You got any athletes, Jack?
I got some nice ones for you, Lee. The first one's gonna really hit you close to home. I've been thinking about this guy since Wednesday. We talking about Agent Zero.
Oh.
My man that used to play for the Houston Wizards, Gilbert Arenas. He decided it's okay to bring 4 pistols into the damn locker room. So what happened was they was playing cards. Him, Jarvis Crittenton, that's who he ended up getting the beef with. And so he busting Crittenton's chops, and Gil says something like, I'll bust you in the face. And Crittenton says, I'll shoot you. So Gilbert says, go ahead. So the next day, Gilbert brings those 4 pistols in the locker room and leaves a note to Crittenton that says, pick one. If you're going to kill me, pick one.
Unfortunately, we got to end on that.
And he was big time at that time.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got to end on that note, Jack. Time flies when you're having fun. Jack, BC, Big Dog, we leave like we always leave. Whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it's the best thing going. All in sports. Give them salute, y'all. Peace.